Xander, do your thing.
I would be happy to, cause guys, we're in a glorious occasion. We've got a very interesting series. We've got Byun.Prime
Well,
being
I was
the
just dropped from the game.
oh
You want to see if they'll remake or? Because it just literally just said you were dropped.
Well, just in case, we're having Byun.Prime being the Red Terran. Actually, you meant Dona's ref right now.
I don't think they're gonna remake or anything because they're not responding to us.
That's fine.
All right.
Well, I should say they're not responding to Xander. But go ahead, Xander. Sorry.
It's okay. I was hoping they would remake anyway. We've got Byun.Prime being the Red Terran in the right, going up against RainBOw, who is the Blue Terran on the top. We've got a TVT of rather interesting proportions. I was tempted to say rather epic proportions, but I would say it's more interesting based on the fact of how Byun took that first game. It was a proxy Marauder rush with concussive shells, and two Marauders coming in one more at a time ended up taking out 17 SCVs, including 3 or 4 of those SCVs building a starport while RainBOw was trying to go with a 1-1-1 opener, and it was impeccably well done, incredibly damaging, and it was a 2-player map, GSL Belcher Beach, which is why I'm curious about what's going to be happening with Terminus, as it's a 4-player map where you don't know the guaranteed spawns and you can't do moves like that.
I mean, really, what I would say is in that game, really, what made it work so well is the conk, because he could pick things off that much quicker.
Well, I would go so far as to argue not only the comp, but the timing was a huge deal.
Yeah.
You guys were bringing up the timing as if it had to be absolutely impeccable to be done. And you know what? If you're going to do cheese, doing it in the first or second game is the way to go. You can't really afford to do it later on, because that's a desperate move, and then it's an all or nothing, and that's a huge gamble. High risk, possible high reward, as they say in poker.
Yep, that is really true. The one exception to that is when a player is up 2-0, and then they have an opportunity to get out a really, really easy third win in full series, and if not, just fall back to normal gameplay. The third game we were 2-0, and the second game when you're down 0-1 after a bad loss, those are the 2 most common times that I ever see cheeses in a best of 5. I would say that those are definitely the smartest times. But look at RainBOw. He's expecting Reapers. We can see that by his placement of his first Marine.
Yeah, he's expecting them to jump up in the base.
Because, guys, with this version of Terminus, that's the only area you can actually jump into the main base, excluding from the natural expansion, which is irrelevant for your opponent. Actually, wait, no, it's not. Because a Reaper could be going with its main purpose to scout for an expansion, moving along with this left side, cutting to the third base, and then moving up along this pathway to go ahead and get into the main to either see the expansion, see a building CC, get into the middle line,
and that's why there's another Marine moved.
Yeah. I like when I catch myself.
Out.
Also, Banshee's incoming, possible cloak. Oh, and look at this move by Byun. He took his mule about to die and sent it off of the mineral line to make sure it doesn't lose any minerals as it returns to the line.
That's actually a lot of people are doing that now.
Yeah, I think
a lot of the high-end players are starting to do that because they're learning, because you'll lose the minerals when it dies.
I think Major was the first person to really do that. Ghosty Terran, or he's now check 6 now?
No.
Or he's not on check 6 anymore?
I don't think he's check 6.
He might
I think Major was teamless last I knew.
Huh. Well, right now we have RainBOw pulling SCVs and doing a push. So, I guess there's no shocker there. So he does enjoy pulling his SCVs. He's like a Korean Nama. He likes Banshees and he likes pulling SCVs and being aggressive and ridiculous, and it works. And now we're going to see Byun being forced to defense. He is getting a bunker though. Oh, that's a really good move that's getting the bunker. That's going to be really enforced. That's going to finish just in time. Oh, wow, look at that. That should actually completely shut down this push. RainBOw does have his own Banshee coming in here, but with the cloak going down, this Banshee is going to go cross-map for Byun and try and do a lot of damage in there, because right now Byun is taking a fair amount of hits at this run.
He is. He's already supply capped, and he's about to lose that second supply depot.
Yeah, so the 2 supply depots he's building are actually not going to be enough to really fix the supply block. But there's the cloak, and the orbital command does have enough energy for a scan. And there's the scan. And look at the placement of it. He's trying to make sure that... No way.
Wow.
No way. So, Byun just got himself a very nice position. The Orbital Command needs another 9 energy before it'll be able to actually do anything. And it's just going to go ahead and take out a lot more of those SCVs. And RainBOw is going to be in a rough spot. Look at the mass repair, too. He can actually repair faster than the Banshee can deal damage with the full surround. That's a nice defensive move for you Terrans to learn. The right click on the auto repair makes it so that the SCVs will not die to Banshee harass. And actually that keeps RainBOw in this game. Especially now that he has a Raven out as well. Alright, and now looking around here, looks like Byun's not going for any other kind of tech. He's sticking with building Banshee. He's got a few Vikings himself, and he's patrolling them, making sure that no Banshees of RainBOw can come in here. Which should be a very nice thing to do. I really hope you guys don't have your mics muted right now.
Nope, I'm right here, but remember, I'm watching from your stream, so I'm
do,
behind.
But that's because my Skype is crashing. And I'm kind of trying not to get it to crash, because if it crashes, that means I'm kind of alt-tabbed, and even in borderless, I'm afraid of lagging the game. So I'm trying to be very careful in making it work.
Okay.
No, I mean, I see both Terrans are one-basing, really, so...
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's pretty hardcore, but interesting, because both players are sticking with Air Force.
Oh, there we go. There's the Banshee. Oh! And that Raven just made it to that Banshee, got annihilated.
Yeah. But still, none of the workers killed. Byun's taking out a fair amount. And he's got a huge SCV lead, 36 to 22. He's way oversaturated his main base, and he's continuing to get out those SCVs and a command center. So he will be able to transfer out and get a nice count mining very, very quickly, which would be hugely important. But if he gets stayed to one base, there's no benefit to those extra SCVs. They're actually being detrimental at that point. But, oh, the Raven almost got picked off. Raven did get picked off.
Raven did get picked off, yeah.
Alright, but now we have SCVs
But
with...
RainBOW's got the superior army at this point.
He does. This siege tank is doing a nice amount of damage, because it's just not dying really to those Hellions, but now it does die. But still, Byun has kept the bunker to fall back to. Yeah.
Gotta love auto repair SCVs, really.
Oh my god, look at the health on these 2 Vikings of Byun too. By the way, Hand, if you want to see a tab or something, just let me know and I'll pull it up.
What was that?
If you want to see like a tab for some part of the game, just let me know, I'll pull it up, and you'll see it a few seconds later. Okay, so now, the Vikings for RainBOW are looking around for those very injured Vikings of Byun, but the Viking count is now taking a lead for Byun, which would be seriously important. Plus, his siege tanks have siege mode, and RainBOW right now is pretty much tankless. And look at the SCVs that he has too. He's got 5 SCVs completely tied up, doing basically nothing with that army, and he's not exactly mining at very solid efficiency inside his main base. He's even taken out one of his mineral patches, so he's only mining from 7 as opposed to the normal 8. And that's actually a pretty big deal right now. We have 1 base versus now 2 base with enough SCVs to transfer over very easily.
Nope, definitely I do agree with you there, sir. Really, I think this is going to be hard for RainBOW, because he's going to have to expand.
Yeah, there's no option for him to win right now with this attack. I don't believe. Not with all these siege tanks from Byun in a very nice position.
Because the siege tanks really will just do the job.
Yeah. RainBOW maybe forces something tricky, but right now Byun has got a cloaked Banshee doing more damage. So now all these SCVs he's basically forcing it all in now from Rainbow. And Rainbow's already so comfortable with that already, and it's gonna be fine. But look at this Banshee about to lose energy. Will it get scanned? It gets the scan. It only had 1 energy left, and it forced the scan. And Rainbow cannot afford to lose those minerals, not in the least. And his siege mode's only a third of the way done too, so he's gonna probably try and be aggressive with this siege mode tech. But there's a big difference in siege count number right now.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with you there, sir. I mean, there's what, 4 siege tanks for Prime?
Yeah. This is gonna be bad. So siege mode's almost done for Rainbow.
And I love the bunker placement. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's a really smart thing. Because guys, take a look at the siege tank's range. Those Marines try and attack this bunker, and the siege tanks hit. It's so analogous to Spider Mine placement in TVP and Brood War. It is identical to that. You put the mines over here so that the Dragoons try and move in and take down those mines. The siege tanks then destroy the Dragoons, and it coaxes them in because you get greedy, like, oh, can I pick them off? Can I not pick them off? I'll try and pick them off. Oh god, I lost all my Dragoons. Yeah.
Wow, you really made a Brood War reference.
But that was a really good one.
It is. I actually remember it
Yeah.
quite fondly, and it just... I'm not a fan.
Now we're going to see that moving in, but oh, look at the Viking numbers for Byun versus the Viking
He's
numbers.
elevatoring. Watch.
Oh, if those Vikings No, the Marines! Just decimate the... Oh, that is it. There's GG called, and Byun is taking a nice 2-0 lead over Rainbow. Rainbow now is to reverse all kill or he's done, and Byun will take this win.